And vaccine hesitancy is rising overseas after European regulators found AstraZeneca's vaccine, the dominant formula there, can lead to very rare blood clots, sometimes in the brain. Still, they do say the benefits outweigh the risks for patients over the age of 30. But then on Thursday, Australia and the Philippines limited who could get that shot, while the African Union dropped plans to buy more doses altogether. I want to bring in pharmaceutical expert and attorney Dean Fanelli in Washington, D.C. Dean, good to see you again. So we have the J&J issue. We have the AstraZeneca ongoing issue. Should we trust these vaccines?
You know, the safety does look overall very good. The safety profile, the effectiveness looks very good. Generally speaking, I think we can trust J&J. It has been authorized by the U.S. FDA. The Food and Drug Administration in the United States is the gold standard when it comes to vaccine drug approval. They do look at the data. So although there have been these issues that have arisen recently with J&J and in the past with AstraZeneca, I do think ultimately that each of these are very safe and very effective.
Do you think they should be doing more to reassure the public? For instance, I have J&J. I did fine. But all this concern of mRNA and Pfizer or Moderna, maybe we don't trust it, maybe it's too soon. Well, maybe it actually turns out to be the best. Do they need to reassure the public in some way?
Yeah, that's a great point. And I think we're a little behind doing that because a lot of these polls that are coming out, the skepticism seems to be, what is mRNA? Was it developed too quickly? I think, to be clear, mRNA has been around for over 30 years. Now, these new vaccines, certainly mRNA hasn't been in a vaccine, but it's been studied. The underlying technology has been around. It's been tested. So these are new technologies when it comes to clinically and being administered to the general public. But generally, there's a good understanding. Even more so when it comes to J&J and AstraZeneca, the underlying technology there is even better known.
Vaccine passports. Talk to me about vaccine passports. They're suddenly public enemy number one. The White House won't touch them. Conservatives are, shrieking liberty. Progressives are screaming equity. Honestly, what is the big deal about showing you got the shot?
Yeah, certainly just from the background, the intent is good, right? Keeping people safe. Generally, just from the legal perspective, vaccine passports as well as vaccine mandates are legal. The government can do that. States can do that. Of course, once you're mandating something, you'll have to make reasonable exceptions for people. There will be people out there that for medical reasons, we all know when we get that vaccine, they ask you, have you had an allergic reaction to the past? Have you had any history of problems with vaccines? There are people out there that may have had that. This universal passports probably is a little over the top. But generally thinking about it from using it in colleges.
Let me ask you why. Because so let's say someone needs an accommodation. They might have something on their phone saying, I can't get it. Now, fine. Most everyone has put it on Twitter. You've put it on Twitter. What do you care if Applebee's knows you got the vaccine? Who cares?
Right. And that's a good point. So it's not so much whether you got the vaccine or not. Getting the vaccine and admitting you have the vaccine and letting people know is not the issue. The issue would be, for example, if I can't get the vaccine and it's due to an underlying condition. Do I have a health condition that's precluding that? Then you're getting into the realm of, hey, I have to disclose my personal health care information. I have to disclose personal information about myself. So I think that's where really it lies.
Dean Fanelli in Washington, D.C., always answering some of our most burning questions. We appreciate it.
Thank you.